Community engagement, I want to take the time to say a few things. We do understand, we know that you so we did want to take an opportunity to get some information on some things. Regarding the video, despite our requests, both legal and resident, we have not received any responses indicating that it will be released. After checking with other sources, the video has not been released. We are aware. I've spoken with our lawyer, and she advises that since it is and because the organization is private, we have no legal grounds to require that they release the video. And in our efforts to build engagement and trust within our community, we do continue to work on timelines and ideas. We want to be intentional, purposeful, deliberate, and use best practices because we want to make sure that our plans are as effective as possible for everyone. This time of year is incredibly busy with testing and deadlines as the end of the school year approaches, so we ask for patience as we work on ways to improve communication and the accessibility of information. We are working on them, even though you may not see anything right now. They are being discussed and we are having those conversations. So next we have patrons' comments on agenda items. This is the portion of our meeting where we welcome patrons who have signed in to share comments. We will take your comments into consideration, but please understand we may not respond or act on them this evening. So when your name is called, please come up to the podium. Each speaker will have 2 minutes.
We have one patron this evening who signed up. That's Brad Coon. If you'd like to come forward, please.
Is it too late for people to sign up? The list was gone. There's a few people that tried to sign up.
It's just before the meeting starts.
So the chance is gone. Thanks. So I just a quick question. Brad, if your kid came to school and decided that he was a girl instead of a boy, would you want to know about it? Do you think you have a right to know as a parent? Danielle, your 6th grade daughter comes to school and tells someone she's now a boy. Do you feel like you have a right to know about that? Do you feel like you have a right if she happened to come to school and tell a teacher something that she hadn't told you? Do you feel like you have a right to know about that? Okay, so you just answered the question. Jessica, you have 2 daughters in high school. If they change course and decided to be
I appreciate everybody. This is really time for you to comment.
This is important for the comment.
Okay, I think that it's important to remember that this is how we listen to you.
Okay, but all right, that's fine. You guys, the whole Quaker conversation is about transparency. That right there is why nobody trusts you. No, that's fine. I'm on my 2 minutes. I'm on my 2 minutes. You didn't want to answer, let it go. Scott Ollinger, did you have a conversation with our state rep for District 57 after the video came out?
You make a comment and you ask a question. This is the comment line, so you can ask your comment, have your comments.
Okay, so for anybody that cares, our state rep, his phone blew up after this video came out. He reached out to Dr. Ollinger. The conversation led down a path where Mr. Ollinger told our state rep, it's none of your business as a parent. It ruins the relationship between the teacher and the child, or the counselor and the child, if they share that information with the parent. That's what your superintendent told our state rep for District 57 after that video came out. So you know. They don't want to answer questions because they're embarrassed of it. We opened this meeting, oh you are, or you would have answered. We opened this meeting with prayer tonight. You can't serve 2 masters. You cannot serve 2 masters. You can't be okay with hiding things from parents and going to church on Sunday. They took some of my 2 minutes. This stuff is happening in our schools. It is happening. It is absolutely happening. Mrs. Gibbs, I reached out to Mr. Cooney just last week. Mrs. Gibbs, the art teacher at the high school, sent out a Google sheet, Google form, asking kids what their preferred pronouns are, and a get to know you better. Very innocuous, very innocent. to a student. They would have no reason not to tell their teacher that. Ask them if there were adults in their life that they didn't feel safe around, or who the adults are they do feel safe around. We had a handout in health and science classes in the high school. Go out. A handout. Directing kids to a website called loveisrespect.org. The first thing that pops up is all of the LGBT stuff. Sorry, the rest of the letters, whatever. The first thing that pops up. The website is sponsored by Bumble. That's an adult dating and hookup site. 80% of all seniors in our high school, you probably know this, 80% of all seniors in our high school are not 18. So what does that make the juniors and sophomores and freshmen? And we're sending them to a site that's an adult dating and hookup site? We're giving this information out? We're not checking this stuff? Yeah, I know. I did have an additional minute, and I appreciate that. This stuff's important. Very important. Right? Just like taking the sheet in transparency. You guys know whether that sheet's there or not. When was your little thing on this sheet? When did you guys vote this in? School Board Policy H225. When was that voted in?
So we've had a policy on meetings since the board's been functioning. It was updated in July after the legislation passed last year from the House Bill 1130 to indicate that there would be those opportunities for people to comment. There's another part that does state that it is up to the governing body to put those guidelines into place. I'm aware that the council has suggested that it is all items, which is another thing that we are working on considering how we need to do that. And that's why I asked is just know that we are having a conversation. They just aren't going to turn up in 2 weeks as everything's different.
This isn't 2 weeks. This isn't 2 weeks. You guys keep
Since we
referencing
met,
2 weeks on this video.
No, since
Equate
we
your
met with
conversation.
Quaker Conversations, it's about 2.5, 3 weeks.
Yeah, okay. That's
Point
great.
is, it's not a big turn.
HB 1130 states that you guys have to give any member, anyone in this room right now that's physically present,
Right,
you have
I
to
know
let
what
them
it
speak.
says, I know what it
It
says.
doesn't say they have
No.
to sign in on a form.
It
It doesn't
does
say they
say
have
that the
2
governing
minutes. It doesn't
body-
say they have to follow an
Right.
agenda.
It does say that the governing body can implement rules to make
It
sure
does,
that
you're right.
it's, yes.
Where
So
at?
that's our policy that our lawyer helped construct to make sure that we were in compliance with that.
So when was H225 amended?
It was reviewed in July of 22.
And it was updated that you're accepting the HB 1130 from the state law, that people get a chance to talk to people.
That was updated after HB 1130 was enacted by our lawyer, and then we used those guidelines to construct how the meetings based on our lawyer's recommendation.
You guys don't want to answer these questions because you don't want to be put on the spot. It's the same reason school boards, it's the same reason when elections happen, they're nonpartisan, because people don't want to be held to task.
I asked it, these are not as constructive as you coming in and talking and meeting with us. These
They
board
are.
meetings, if they're not.
They are, because it's on record.
It's
You
fine,
guys
it's
want
on
to do
record.
everything under the radar, this is on record. Right? My family not being here anymore is all because of them. Exactly what I'm talking about. You can't give someone son an in-school suspension because they don't want to use somebody else's pronouns. That's a violation of that child's rights.
These are all individual situations that we really,
Yeah. That need to be brought to the forefront and not pushed under the rug.
and we want to prevent, but they have to start in the schools. They don't start here. They start in the schools.
A parent's course of action, when we don't get action from a principal or a superintendent or an assistant superintendent, is you all. And I will tell you, every single time I've reached out, I've been kicked back to a superintendent or a principal. I obviously came to you because I wasn't getting anything, right? There's not an appreciation for just getting to the point. We dance around topics. This stuff is in our community. It's your job to fix it. You're the school board president. You guys as members, it's your job to fix it. Our kids don't go to school and change themselves and feel like they're a girl now or a boy now or whatever, and that stuff be held back from the parents. It's not a trust relationship between the student and the teacher, Mr. Ollinger, or the student and the counselor. It's the parent comes first. The parent is in a relationship with you to develop this child's education. And when you hold back things like that, that's a problem. That's a major problem. Right. You all say so much when you say nothing at all. So very much. Look forward to November 2024, right? 3 of you are up for re-election. Mr. Flood's not here tonight. Probably for the best, so he doesn't tell us all what the school board can't do. You're up.
So the next items,
Mr. Smith is up.
the next items on our agenda are consent items. We have the record of the April 13th work session and minutes of the regular meeting, record of the May 1st work session, donations, field trips and camps, HRH and the PCSC partnership amendment, update to teacher evaluation rubric, the resolution to transfer ECA funds from the walkathon, use of the ECA funds for the PHS, obsolete equipment and technology, the 23-24 transfer student list, and that is all we have on the consent agenda. Are there any items on there that anybody wishes to pull and have further discussion on? I have a motion to approve them. All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Consent items are approved. We have the financial report and claims. We need to approve financial summary and fund transfers. Mr. Shirovich is not under this evening. He's able to be with us.
Yeah, included in your board packet is the financial summary from April, expenditures, cash balances, transfers, and interest are all consistent with our expectations and projections for the month of approval is recommended.
Motion approved.
So moved.
Are there any questions? I guess Mr. Olinger will do it in the spot for some financial questions? No? All right.
They defer.
Yeah, all right. All in favor say aye. Any opposed? All right, those fund transfers are approved. We have claims 62629 through 62992.
Now, those claims have been included in your board packet and are consistent with expectations. I ask for your approval as well.
All in favor say aye. Any opposed? All right, those are also approved. Under new business personnel, Mr. Olinger.
Yeah, that's your place, personnel agreement, we put it at your place, because there was one addition. We had a resignation here, came in late this week, both classified and certified, I'd ask your approval.
So moved.